Glad to have you with us from Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe already putting her to work with some injury news. Holly?
Guys, Coach knows this is a huge opportunity for his team at home today. They have a lot of confidence in their backup this week. He was able to come in for their injured starter last week and have a very productive game. They like how he read the defense, how he got guys in and out of plays, so they are expecting to be able to really count on him here today in this big game. I'll keep you posted on how comfortable he looks starting out the first quarter. Back to you.
Holly, we'll see what kind of problems that might cause. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Just smothered on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Dropping back, it's Gideon. Going over the top. Makes the grab on the big throw. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense.
Makes the grab in their space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Running inside, it's Parker. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Complete to start this drive.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Russell. Buying time to his right. On the move, he fires. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero, but, oh boy, it's kind of the opposite.
Russell from the gun on third down. Sends it downfield. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeye! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the points come in a lightning strike, a 70-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. He's changing the play. Looking downfield, it's Gideon. With the catch, it's Ship. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll run out of the gun here with Parker. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
Booster! Return! Blue! Flash!
Wants to throw one first. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't hang on across the middle on 1st down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll give it to Parker. Pass to 6. There he goes down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina!
that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. And you saw it right there.
Going for 2 here. Wonder if they're going to be chasing points the rest of the game. They'll look to run with Wayshawn Parker.
Yeah, and I tell you what, man, you give me the penalty and you move me up to the 1-yard line on a 2-point conversion, I'd probably go for it too. I like the aggressiveness by this offense.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Jackson. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up and throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Turns up, it's Jackson. Turning it on! And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Throwing Russell. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Smith. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. Inside the 30. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And the thing you got to watch out for with this running back is he's pretty streaky. When he breaks off a big one, more big runs normally follow soon after, and you're seeing it now on the last 2 plays. Big-time plays back-to-back, and you know right now he's calling for the ball again.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And after getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Keelan Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I'll tell you, you've been running it so well. You didn't get it there throwing on 3rd and short. I might just go for it here on 4th and trust one of my running backs to get this thing done.
The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Looking to throw, it's Russell. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Throws for the tight end. Got a man, it's Thurman. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the Tar Heels peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Here's a give to Parker. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Back's got it on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. 3rd and long right here. Changing the routes with his receivers. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Russell. Going deep. Intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Handoff for Parker. Swamped immediately. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Third and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. To throw, it's Gideon. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throwing Russell. Lets it fly. To the end zone and is picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got...
It's a seam wide open, and they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Got the quick pass.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Second down to the air. Left side is Thurman. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. To the air, it's Gideon. Throwing right. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Keelan Russell. Under pressure. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Throwing on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Here comes the heat. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll run for it. It's Parker. He's got enough. At the 45 on his way. North Carolina will call it second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Making the adjustment on the play. To the air, it's Gideon. Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Trying to get behind the defense. Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, UNC! Once he got some room, it was over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they did tack on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Thompson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Russell. Rush right in his face. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with the Ohio Bobcats taking on the UCF Knights. And it's Ohio able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone.
And I guess what they can take away from this one is they're back to even, 3-3 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And how about that, guys? Like, make no bones about it. Bring in the big bodies, goal line personnel. Like, we're going to pound you right between the eyeballs. Sometimes people get aggressive on second and short and take shots. This offense said, no, we want to get the first down, and we want to get it now.
He'll pull it down and run. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Fires to the wideout. Over the middle, it's Smith. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get in an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Second and long here. Tight end now in motion. Right side, it's Thurman. Oh, just plowing ahead. Drills him with the stiff arm. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
That's a bang-bang type play, RPO, in and out of the hands of the QB quickly. Just get it into the hands of your playmaker as fast as possible and let him do the rest. When you've got this guy's athleticism, man, that is such a great design on offense, and it comes up big.
Out wide left, it's Thurman. What a throw! Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. The Tar Heels come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. They'll run out of the gun here with Parker. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Here's a give to Parker. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Thompson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes.
He'll take the deep shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Right back to the well. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Russell will throw for it on 4th. Throws to the wideout. And here's the third interception of the night. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Handoff for Parker. Stopped right there.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. The fake wants to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. No good. And despite the missed field goal, guys, there's a bright side. They're still up by 16.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They're all over him. Going to try to get it himself. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great.
He'll take a deep shot here. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Throwing Russell. Rushes on. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Hauls it in. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. Final play of the quarter coming. Again, it's Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. Gain of 6, they're looking at 3rd and 4. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly. Keelan Russell. Under pressure. Got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Looking downfield, it's Russell. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Let's get weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter. Got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And how are you guys not impressed with this defense, man? They've been so good. They've been all over the field. And they're about to make this a very one-dimensional offense. Like, the clock is ticking, right? And they're down. They got to get aggressive. Still trying to run the football, but this defense, they've been a brick wall so far.
Escapes the pressure to his right. Throwing on the run. Makes a deep grab. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Driving forward, it's Jackson. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack 1 more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Number 96, set to kick it off.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot and zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
Wide and three. Wide and three. Go!
The give on the counter. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Touchdown, Buckeye! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Well, this has been a defensive war, and you were just wondering which side could hang on long enough. But how about the defense coming away with a big pick six late to take the lead? You got to step up in big moments. You saw the ball thrown, you pluck it out of the air, you find your convoy, and you're off to the races. That is an outstanding game-changing play.
27, North Carolina, 23.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw. It's Gideon. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Oh, he just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it's his 4th interception of the night. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. He's got the first down. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he tacks on the extra point.
Ohio State 34, North Carolina 23.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity gift.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But
unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Here comes the heat. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Looking for a man. It's Gideon. Pulls it in. It's Thurman. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot.
He's going to take a shot. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to throw on 3rd down. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. So the first part of the job is done. They got the touchdown. Now for the 2 to make it a field goal game. Looking to throw. Lucky to get it off.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
29.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
The Buckeyes enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
Offense with jumbo personnel. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.